So hi everybody, it's August 22nd, and you know, every once in a while I have, flashbacks to all the different things that happened to me during my 22 years of active duty. And so the one that frequently pops up is when I got my one and only letter of reprimand. Okay. So it was during the Operation Restore and Uphold Democracy in Haiti, right? So, we were supposed to go into Camp-Haitian initially and seize the airport, make sure it's all secure. And then, they never told us what was supposed to follow. But what happened instead was, because General Powell had stopped the invasion, he had everybody land in the Port-au-Prince airport. And there, for a while there, I was a platoon leader, acting platoon leader, because my lieutenant, acting the fool, during a battalion or company run, he jumped into a mud puddle and found out that there was a rock in there, and he busted open his head. So he missed almost all of the whole operation. He showed up at the very end. But anyway, so I guarded the whole front of the Port-au-Prince airport with the planes coming right over our heads. But anyway, later we went up to Camp-Haitian. And therefore, not only did we take turns guarding the airport, I think on 2-week rotations, 2 weeks guarding the airport, 2 weeks guarding a UN food warehouse, 2 weeks guarding, I guess what had been a rental car place, but there was no rental cars there, so I don't even know why we were there. And then 2 weeks guarding a power plant. So anyway, it was watching the UN food warehouse where, when we showed up there, we had makeshift latrines, maybe 2 of them, maybe 3 at the most. And all our waste went into cut off 55-gallon drums. They were a foot high. And then to dispose of them, of the waste, we had to stir diesel in there and then light it. Well, so we relied on our executive officer to deliver, MREs, water, fuel, probably mail. I'm not sure about that. I'm sure we got mail somehow, right? So he'd make regular, logistics runs to the different sites. So I didn't, I had no experience, burning that stuff. But one of my squad leaders, he said, "Oh, I did that in Desert Storm." So, okay, not a problem. So he volunteered to do it. So, life was good for a while. Until one time, the XO, instead of delivering diesel, he delivered MoGas. Now, I don't know why it's called MoGas, because it's just gas. But anyway, so you might realize that gasoline is a little more flammable than diesel. So after my squad leader put the gasoline on it that was supposed to be diesel, and he stirred it, and he lit it, it flashed, and kind of unprettied his face. Now, it wasn't nothing very soon. He never got blisters. It's just shaved off one layer of skin. There was all these little blotches all over his face. So, he wasn't hurt. He wasn't in pain. And honestly, I didn't think anything of it. We got hurt all the time and had to just suck it up, right? That's just another instance, right? Well, wouldn't you know that the National Security Advisor to the President of the United States, think Henry Kissinger, think that level, went around, checking on the sites. And so when he showed up, they wanted, I guess the battalion commander might have been with him, probably. So they wanted to see all our troops. Now I had, I think, 3 guard posts around the site. And I should have kept Sergeant Oglesby on post. But rather, so everybody was out there. So when this national security went in front of him, he said, "What happened to you, soldier?" And I'm sure he said, I burned my face, sir. And obviously the national security, he said, "So what were you doing? How did that happen?" And I know darn well he said, "I was burning shit, sir." Well, as anybody who's in the military would imagine, a whole freaking chain of command got letters of reprimand. So I don't know if it started with if the battalion commander got one, maybe. So, okay, so let's say the battalion commander probably got about a letter of reprimand, for failure to take care of his soldiers and failure to ensure people knew they're responsible, failure to adhere to safety regulations, blah, blah, blah. So, the battalion XO would have gotten one. The battalion sergeant major would have gotten the same thing. The company commander would have got the same thing. Failure to take care of your soldiers, failure to supervise them, failure to make sure they're trained, make sure they're following, doing things right. Battalion, or the company XO would have gotten it. The company first sergeant would have got the same thing. And had there been the lieutenant there as platoon leader, he would have gotten it. And of course, I, as the platoon sergeant, but really the acting platoon leader, I got it. Failure to train and supervise, make sure they got everything right. Failure to check that the liquid was the appropriate kind for the design purpose. And it was like, okay, all right. Now it was not an official letter of reprimand. I guess you call it a desk letter maybe. But that that was really it. That was really it. It's like, you got to be kidding me, man. You just got to be kidding me. Okay, so that's my story. All right, take care.